Hello, Bear. Hold on just a minute. I'm gonna get my stuff set up here. I didn't realize I was going live already. I was trying to check my quality on my video here. Um, goodness. All right. I hope you can hear me. Let's see. I wasn't ready for that. I normally have my live going on my other channel in my ear. And I said this is basically kind of like a test. I'm trying to see if my videos coming out there. Last time I went live, I think my resolution that I was putting out was only like 240. And so I'm trying to see if I'm putting out in a better resolution now. Hey, Josh. So that's the main test for tonight. Yeah, I haven't watched that second video, but I saw the first one. I even saw the first one that you put out and then you took back down because when I saw it, I was like, that is bad. And then I was trying to comment on it and then it went away. I was like, wait a minute. I know I just watched a video and I went back to your page and it wasn't there. And then you put it back out again. But yeah, that's an awesome video or awesome guitar case or body that you're working on. Let's see. See if I can pick this up in my ear. How's everybody doing today? That was some awesome work you was doing earlier, Bear. I was watching. Oh, that's not gonna pick up right there. Hey, Brian, right? I'm bad with names. I think I remember that one. Yes, I got that right, Brian. I'm sorry, I got me a cheat sheet. I got a lot of people's channels and names wrote down. I try not to use my cheat sheet. I'm trying to get my. Yeah, I am bad with names. I've always been bad with names. But how's the video quality out there, y'all? Does the video look better? Or at least, you know, high definition and not real low resolution? And then if anybody's watching on the vertical, could you let me know if you're on vertical or horizontal? Looks sharp. Nice. Thank you. I gotta switch my account here. I'm still trying to pull up my other account. My video resolution, I'm using OBS and basically what I did was I just swapped the actual resolution numbers around in the settings and changed it like that. I don't really know what I'm doing with OBS. I've had to fiddle fart around with it and just mash buttons and create scenes and stuff and see if it works. Perry was gonna help me set it up, but at the time I didn't have an extra device to communicate with while I was setting everything up, and so I had to kind of figure it out on my own. And then I hit Prism. I haven't tried that one. Do you do that with just your phone, or is that one that you can do? See, I'm streaming through my computer. I'm not streaming off my phone. I'm using my old phones as my webcam and everything, but I have an app downloaded in my old phones. I Ruin Webcam, and then I have the same app downloaded in my computer, and it connects the phones to my computer, like wireless webcams, and then I have to have that running. Then I have to load up OBS, and then the OBS loads up, and you have to create your scenes and stuff for that, and then run that through YouTube. Hey, good morning, Miss Daisy. Or good morning. Good evening. I'm sorry. I'm used to these early mornings, not these late nights. Hey, Knuckles. Got pretty with phone. Okay. See, I didn't. I don't like messing with my phone to try to do stuff because the buttons is too small and my big old fingers and whatnot. And so I don't do nothing through my phone that way. I record everything and then transfer it to the computer, and then do all my editing and stuff off my computer. But I know my last live, my video quality was like 240p is the highest you could pick, and it was just straight cruddy. So I was trying to change. I went through and yeah, see, I'm doing it 720 now. That's way better. Cause that's what I have it set at too. Cause that's what I was trying to get at. In the settings, I don't know if it'll let me get into them when it's recording. But yeah, you have to go into for OBS, you go into the video settings. There's a base canvas resolution and then an output resolution. And my base canvas resolution was at 1020. It was in high definition, but it was putting out. I've changed my aspect ratios trying to get vertical without the plugins. Yeah, that's the whole reason I went after it, Barry, was for being able to play my music in the background. That's the whole reason I wanted OBS. And now YouTube has got it set up to where you will broadcast. You can choose to broadcast both horizontal and vertical at the same time, but you have to be running through a streaming service, I think, to do it. And that's what I've done right now. I don't know if I'm still broadcasting in vertical, but both my streams are showing excellent condition for the horizontal and the vertical. I know last time I tried it, the vertical was just buffering, but I don't know if anybody's watching it on vertical. So I don't know if it's being pushed out. Hey, Suzanne, how you doing? You're still on vacation? But yeah, I had to go into the into my settings and go into just got home today. Nice. Safe trip then. That's all that counts. Had a good time and a safe trip, I hope. Let's see, video settings. And like I said, I changed my output and stuff. I got it set at 720, a little bit higher than 720 on the resolution numbers. So it's not going to go into 1020 because I'm not broadcasting in 1020, but I figured if I set it to 720 instead of 1020, I wouldn't be stressing my computer as bad either, and then it might run smoother. Hey, Billy, how you doing? It's gonna get cold here. I say cold. I know y'all are dealing with a lot worse cold than what I'm dealing with, but for Florida, it's gonna be cold in the morning. We're supposed to get down close to, I think, with the wind chills, when we're at our lowest, it's supposed to be in the double digits, down in like the 20s, I think they said. But then it'll pick back up. And I didn't do no early morning live today. I had that event yesterday. Was out there 18 for us. I said, yeah, see, it's gonna get cold. But I did that event yesterday from 8:30 to about 3, and I broke down early. The wife and them wanted to go do the Pensacola Christmas parade, and I normally don't do the parades because it's too cold. Once I get real cold and that body chill, I start shivering just uncontrollably, and it tenses me up so bad. I mean, I almost go into cramping. I've been like that ever since my neck surgery. I don't know why I get so chilled, but it gets dang near physical and brutal sometimes. I get to shaking so bad. And so I try to avoid that coldness when I'm going to be out in that bone chilling cold and can't get warm again. And it wasn't that bad yesterday. So I was like, yeah, I want to go. So we went. We were running a little bit late. We were going to take chairs and everything so we'd have somewhere, something to sit down with and all. But by the time we got to where we were going, there's just so many daggum people. We figured we wasn't going to have nowhere to sit down. So we brought the chairs with us, but we left them in the truck. But we got to where we were going to stand, and Oh goodness, that parade was way longer than the Little Milton parade. It went on for about 2.5 hours. And so, yeah, Grumpy was standing there kind of leaning from side to side, trying to stay as comfortable as I could. But needless to say, I was wore out. And then we had the grandkids stay the night last night. And so when the grandkids stay the night, I don't set my alarm for early in the morning because I don't want to wake them up. So Grumpy slept in this morning. Had a good time at the parade though. It was an event. It was a bunch of people. And then I don't do crowds, so yeah, I was in my own little zone. I started participating though. I was standing behind everybody, waving and stuff, getting them to throw the beads and stuff towards the grandkids and all. So it was fun. All right. Let's see. I can show y'all. I still need to make a video for this. I just opened this and got this today. I'll cover that up right there. Do it like that. But I'm gonna make a video for this for sure. But put that there. This came from Mr. Robert C. Peters. It says, "Here, sir, is my new sticker. After several hours of trial and errors, this is what I come up with. You are the very first person for me to send this one to. Awesome. Thanks for who you are and what you do. I wish you much success, sir, and I believe you are destined for great things. Awesome. Keep up the good work, Robert C. Peters." Thank you, Mr. Robert. If you're in your bed watching, I know you're up in the hospital right now, but if you're watching, thank you, sir. I greatly appreciate this. And I'm going to put this over here in the box. I can't put it next to your other sticker because you already closed in, but you're going up on the wall for sure. That's cool, y'all. I don't know if I'm in camera here. I'm the vertical stuff. Let's see, right there. All right. Hey, I think I am still doing vertical. Awesome. I like that sticker. That's pretty cool. I need to play with and make me another one, but I want that same style that I got going in this first one. And I used AI when I made my sticker. I played and played and played for a few weeks using the same program. I had it downloaded for a long time and it had been logging in every day, collecting the free credits and just adding my credits up. ADHD on stuff like that. Didn't even use the app, just turned it on, caught the credits, got off. And I did that for months. And I had so many credits built up. And then I sat there for weeks and just played with the AI, just putting in different prompts, getting a different look, changing the prompts, and then using that same app over and over and over. It was, I guess, kind of learning how I was putting my image and how I was wanting my image. So each time I prompted something, it was getting better and better at working with what I was wanting. And then I come up with that. But since I've gone back to the same app and they don't have the style of art or like the artist that I was using style, they don't have that listed no more. And so I've gone through and tried to find that style over and over and I can't find it. So it's like, I got to go back to the drawing board and work on that. Hey, Rubberneck, good evening. This is just a babble kind of test. I was trying to see if my quality for my video was going to be better than what it was on my last live. I had played with the aspect ratio so much, flipping my stuff from vertical to horizontal and back and forth because I didn't download any plugins for it. I was just changing the video ratio, and I guess that messed up my actual quality. So yeah, I had to erase it and then upload it again, and I guess now it's doing a little better. I'll try tomorrow and change it back to 1080, but for now, being it's working like this, I'm gonna leave it like this because I'm gonna try to do my live in the morning. Just depends on how cold it is out here. As I said, My shop's garage is not really insulated. It's halfway insulated, but it's still drafty enough that it really don't much matter. Yes, this is an awesome new sticker right here I got from Robert C. Peters. He made him a new design up, and just got his new design in. He's got a few coming in. I don't know how many he's got coming, but yeah, that was his new design he worked on. Awesome. All right, Suzanne, have a good night. Unpack, unwind. And you said y'all was traveling and just got in today. I'm sure y'all was whooped. But that's cool that that's working. And then I can still zoom in. I can still adjust my camera and try to get that. Let's see. Oop, I just kicked it. The vertical, I'm not quite centered up with the vertical feed. See how that looks. And when they do the dual stream with them, they crop your line straight down the center of your horizontal and get your vertical feed out of that. So you have to make sure you keep your piece, whatever you're working on. If you do the dual stream, you have to make sure you keep your center view right there, because it'll be fine in horizontal, but the people watching in vertical, they're not going to be able to see you good. But that is pretty cool. Let me get my other phone down, y'all, and I'll show y'all what I'm talking about. All right. Because that's the one thing too that I liked about the let's see, being able to have my music and then being able to switch camera views at the push of a button. That was the main thing for the OBS. Let's see, get the music going. All right, and switch cameras. This is what I'm talking about. I don't know any of you if y'all messed with the dual stream yet, but this is the YouTube Studio, the dual stream view. I'm shaky because I'm holding my camera here, y'all. But that will be your horizontal, and then it breaks just the center. It's hard to show it for this one though, but it breaks just the center for your vertical, so you lose your edges, so you got to keep your screen dead center for that. Yeah, that works out like that though. Yeah, this is my OBS setup here. You go through and to get my videos the way I was doing it, I would go here, go to video, and go to my resolution right here, and I would change, get y'all closer, I would change those numbers right there, flip them, okay, because that's the horizontal aspect ratio of it, and with those numbers it gives me that aspect. But to get vertical, that aspect will be 45/85. So you would come over here and just flop those numbers around. Put the 768 times 1360. You know, it will give you a vertical view instead of a horizontal view. And that's what I done to get my vertical profile. I'm trying to change back out of this, y'all. But that's what I did to get my vertical profile whenever I was trying to go vertical through OBS. You can do it with a plugin, but I never downloaded the plugin. I don't like downloading open source software and stuff like that. I'm just paranoid. It's too easy for a hacker to find a back door or something like that. I know my channel ain't nothing big, but I don't want my channel getting hacked. So I don't like to download the plugins and stuff like that. It's just my paranoia. Right now, it's I like the way everything's going so far, because like I said, I got what I want here. And it works because I can go, my lathe's a mess right now, but I can be at my lathe turning, you know, and then go from there. When I'm done turning my piece, you know, I jump from there and then boom, go into my box to tie it and whatnot. And then with my lathe and everything being down right now, I'm just in my box wood burning and stuff, so it works. And then it gives me my music, so that's what I really enjoy. I got tired of fighting YouTube and going through their free music just to get strikes whenever I would upload and tell me it wasn't free. It was like I spent 2 hours digging through your free copyright library, but yeah. That's why I went with Suno. Thanks, Josh. Hey PK, how you doing? I got my video quality back up there a little bit. My last live, my video quality was just garbage. But I erased my setup, my video setup today and changed it to this one. It's not fancy. I mean, I want to get fancier with it. I want to get in there and learn it like Perry and Runic. They can get in there and they put in some crazy stuff, but I think they use plugins and everything to do some of the stuff they do. And that's just where I'm paranoid on downloading those plugins. And then I don't quite know what I'm doing. Like I said, I watched a handful of videos for about a month and kept fiddling around and changing this and doing this. And I had it set up at first where it was, because I was using the microphones off of my phone and the cameras off my phone, you know, so I had to switch it back and forth. The first time I had it working, it was only one microphone working. So when I switched to the camera views, you know, I lost audio. It was there, but it was muffled. You could barely hear me. Then I figured out how to do it. You know, every time I switched cameras, it would switch microphones. And then I got the mobile microphone for my phone, but I got an adapter where I can use it through the computer. And so I have that set up, and it's just my basic microphone, so it'll work with both cameras. You know, that way I don't even have to be by my computer or nothing. I can be across the room and still have audio talk to me, y'all. But yeah, each time I did each little step, I had to figure out what the heck I was doing, and then go back and do it again. I couldn't tell you what I was doing because I got so many videos meshed in my head trying to figure it out. They all kind of run together. Confetti on the floor, every turn, every twist holds a little more. But yeah, I want that little starting soon screen. You know, I want to animate my sticker, you know, have my sticker talking saying, yep, Trumpy's on his way, he's getting his jump together, and something, you know, make some silly little intro deal like that to add with it, you know. And then I do want to change. I need one more camera, but I do want to change and get the camera angle to where it'll like kind of show me while I'm working, plus my work. You know, kind of how Perry does it. He'll have himself propped up a little bit smaller in the screen with his main work going on, like a little overlay. And I want to be able to do so. I could do that now, but I'd have to move the camera from the leg. And I did good at the event Saturday. I mean, I cannot complain. I mean, I sound like I'm complaining. I got what I wanted coming. I mean, I bought what I could, what I think is gonna fix the dust collector. I'm only hoping this fixes the dust collector. I mean, if I don't have as much power as I had with the vacuum cleaner once I run all this new stuff, I don't know what to do. I feel like I just wasted a bunch of money. Ooh, that's strong. As this is where go by this logic. Anybody that's messing with dust collector stuff, if this makes sense to you. Okay, my vacuum was running at 51 cubic foot per minute. All right, on 2.5-inch plumbing. So basically all the pipe for the vacuum cleaner, from the vacuum cleaner through the dust separator all the way to my tool, was 2.5-inch. The dust collector is supposed to run 600 cubic foot per minute, but it's supposed to be on 4-inch pipe. But I have an adapter that goes from 4 to 2.5-inch right on the dust collector, and then I'm running that through the 2.5-inch pipe, the 2.5-inch dust separator, and then to the machine. So I don't have crud for suction compared to what I had. It's like the vacuum cleaner had more power than what I got right now, and I'm pretty much hoping that it's because I got it reduced in the 2.5 instead of the 4-inch. And I bought the 4-inch stuff. So in y'all's opinion, do you think that I should get back my flow? Do you think that the 2.5-inch would actually reduce the airflow enough to make it that drastic of a difference? Because that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping I haven't wasted all my money, because it's like I thought I was doing a good thing by upgrading. But like I said, I haven't had it running through what I think is the proper airflow. I figure it's got that induction motor and that big impeller system on the dust collector. So I'm figuring that it's like a jet turbine. That turbine's wrapping up on the motor, but it's not wrapping up in its tunnel good enough to get its full airflow. And I'm hoping once I got that 4-inch on there that it's gonna ramp up and do what it's supposed to do. Stress gets carved with every groove. Like and subscribe, watch the mood improve. Yeah, PK, I got 30 foot of hose, of 4-inch hose coming. And I got if it still showed it on my wish list, you could go on my Amazon wish list off of my, I got it on my link. But I had I think it's a Vevor little dust separator that was 4-inch, and then there was an Oneida, but the Oneida one, they wanted almost $200 for that, so I didn't get that one. I got the cheaper one for now. And like I said, I'm hoping that'll set me up. But I bought the 30 foot of hose, the cheaper separator, and then I was able to actually get me some pin kits coming in too, so I can start turning a few pins. But I had to come out of my medical money about $25, because like I said, I didn't quite hit my goal at the event, but it was good enough, so I can't complain. I'm grateful for that Planet 13 letting me set up and do what I've done. And then that's another cool thing. I showed y'all those 13 boards that I did here recently. I've done 3 total out of the burn boards that I wood burned. They bought one of them and has it in their in one of their display cases in the shop, which is awesome. And then I showed them the other 2 that I did the other day, and when I showed them the other 2, they got excited about it and then put them up on one of their media things to show the other shops to see if there's any other locations that would want one made for their shop. And there's a few of them that are interested in they're wanting, I guess, a little custom pieces kind of made to kind of represent their area. So that's going to be a new event or a new adventure, stressful kind of. I stress out over commission pieces like that, especially when it's something like to this extent, because I really want to do good with this dispensary and like just make the best name I can make and just put the best impression I can make. And because yeah, I mean that's what I want to do. You know, I don't have a business license or a brand or nothing like that yet, but I do the 420 stuff with the roach clips and all that. And I mean, what better way, you know, because I don't have the financial means to get big, but it would be so cool, you know, if by chance that I, you know, could hook up with some kind of deal, you know, and get into all their shops everywhere, because they got shops all over Florida. South Florida, they got a lot of shops down that way, you know. So if my work could be spread, because they have apparel and merchandise that they sell in their shops, and if I could get branded in and, you know, get my license and stuff like that and start getting moved around like that, that would just be awesome. Because I mean, I do decent on my wood burning and everything, but my artistic abilities are not that great. I do better off of borrowed images and a lot of reference work. But my lathe stuff, that's my jam. You know, when I'm doing my clips and everything. That's it. Just go with the flow. That's what I've told everybody, that, you know, it's scary because of my anxieties and all the crap that I got, but this is what I want. I've always babbled and said, oh yeah, I wish I could make me a company. I've had a million different crazy names that I wanted to call it and all this kind of stuff. I've always dreamed about it, but just never had the capital to, you know, to invest and get all the stuff that I truly need. And that's like right now, I truly don't have everything that I need for it all, but I'm dang sure doing it with what I got. You know, that's all I can do. I don't know. So that's just it. I started pushing the vacuum cleaner or the dust system hard and heavy when I first found out 13 was wanting me to sell my stuff on the event days. It's like, oh heck, I come home and went into overdrive and I burned up the vacuum cleaner. You know, and it's like, but I made money. You know, got a new system, but like I said, it's not working right. And I think it's mainly my plumbing. You know, I'm pretty sure that, you know, it's made for 4-inch hose, and I'm reducing the heck out of it down to the 2-inch hose. So I'm sure that's what's killing all my airflow. You know, so I'm just gonna stay positive with that I know it's gonna work right. You know, because like I said, this is my little dream. You know. But yeah. That would be just too cool. Hey, monkeys, how you doing? But yeah, that's what I told everybody, that, you know, it's working out. Doors are opening up. I'm scared to death, but I'm just gonna grab that bull by the horns and ride that joker till she throws me off. And then when she throws me off, I'm gonna get back up on there and ride it again, because my goofy butt's Gen X, you know. So I'm hard-headed. I got to find out stuff the hard way. Ask me. I'm trying to stay well. I'm just testing the software out tonight. I'm not really doing much. Like I said, this was just a test run. People showed up, so I want to babble and talk. I like to babble. And I didn't go live, y'all. Dadgummit, I was going to go live on the event. What had happened was Saturday, I watched Jake Thompson. He's got an awesome YouTube channel and does a lot of blanks and resin work or epoxy work. But he's got a show on Saturday morning cartoons, and it comes on at 10. It's on for about an hour. And I was at the event, was gonna go live, and I was watching that, so I was trying to save my battery on my phone. And then I even talked to Robert and told him that yeah, I was gonna go live in about an hour, but I never did. My anxieties was getting to me. There was a new vendor that showed up, and she set up, and it was a real tight squeeze, you know. And I was like, "You can get right here by my table. I don't care. That's fine, you know." But just once she got there and set up, I just started talking and was babbling, trying to stay comfortable, and I never set up my tripod and went live. And then I tried to go live at the Christmas parade, but it wouldn't let me do nothing. Woo, 70, heck, Bubba, you got it lucky. It is 62 in my shop right now, and I think it's like 50, 54, 50, 50 something. It's in the 50s, I think, out here. No, it's not. It's 46 right now outside. The sun done went down. It got colder. It's supposed to, and that's crazy. You're in Florida and I'm in Florida, and there's that daggone big of a temperature difference for us. Let me see. I'll pull up the weather app. It is 44 and clear in my area. Feels like 38 on the weather thing. And then we're supposed to drop down. Let's see. It dropped down into the 30s at like midnight. And then in the morning, our low is supposed to be 28 degrees and our high is supposed to be 50. Yeah, I was gonna go live at the event, and then I didn't. And then this morning, my normal lives that I normally do, when my grandkids stay tonight, I won't set my alarm because the way it works is the wife will sleep in one room with one of them, and then I sleep in my bed with the other one, and then they take turns each weekend. They rotate back and forth, and so I don't want to wake them up. I set my alarm for my lives at I get up at like 4:44 or 4:45 in the mornings. Yeah, the wife would kick my butt if I was to wake the grandkids up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, I didn't set my alarm for that. And then I was whooped from yesterday. Like I said, I did the event. The event wasn't too bad, as I wasn't as tense and as stressed. I'm getting more comfortable at them. But afterwards, we went to that parade, and where we parked, we had a decent little walk, and it was downhill at first, so it wasn't too bad. But then after standing for 2.5 hours, when we went back to the vehicle, we had to walk uphill. I almost didn't think I was gonna be able to make it. I thought I was gonna have to stop and just sit there and let them get the car and come get me. But I was whooped, so I slept in too. This has got a bite. I don't know where this come from or how old this is, but I was looking. I don't do a lot of drinking. And here lately, I've been drinking the Simply Bold spiked lemonades. I've been getting a 24 ounce of one of those. And then that with my evening medicine does me just right. We got this crazy Long Island iced tea wine cocktail that was in the refrigerator. And it's been in there for a hot minute. But I do not like the taste of it. It might be sour too. There ain't no telling. But yeah, I can't wait to get that plumbing stuff in for the dust collector deal.
patience on two hands, grumpus therapy, never underhand. With his worries, chisel in hand, lighting up the stogie, grains like sand.
But yeah, I am gonna try to go live in the morning. Like I said, it just depends on how cold it's gonna be out here. I'll have my heater set up to me, but I'll be wood burning, and I need to open up the door to let all that smoke out with my fan. But ooh, if it's that cold, I doubt that I'll be doing that. So, not sure what we'll get going. We'll get something going. Let's see. I need to work on my video too. That's one thing. I don't have a video for Wednesday yet. This was the last piece that I was burning on. I hadn't done any more. That's the one that I was working on that my video quality was so daggum bad. But let's see. I need to keep that as my images. Let's see. This is the latest one that I was doing. I still got to do a little more to this one. It's not quite done wood burning, so I'll probably pick back up on this one in the morning. The picture, there's some designs and little swirls and stuff that how that kind of kicks off right there. They kind of carry on and have breaks and patterns in them to about right here. Makes it like a headband. So I'm probably going to add a few of those pieces into it. And once I get that in there, I'll go to painting on this piece, because that'll be very little burning, and then I can just start adding some color to it. There's supposed to be some stuff through here and through here, but I'm gonna try to not put that in there. And then this jawline, I didn't burn it quite right. It should have, you see the scribble, it should have carried up a little bit higher right there, but I'll take that out. But that's probably what I'll work on tomorrow. Let's finish that out. Yeah, that's a way better quality. But yeah, that's what we'll do. That way I'm not too, I won't be opening the door and getting it. So when I open that door and have my fan on, like I said, I'm in a 1-car garage basically. So, and it's still, the garage door will still open and close. And I got little insulation panels in the metal part of the door, but you can still look down the sides and see light. So it's real drafty. And so when I put the fan in the back door with the door open and turn that fan on, it just pulls that cold air from outside straight through. But it's a good thing because it empties out all the smoke, you know, clears the garage out quick. But I can't do that cold.
Secrets, vibrations in the air, epoxy dreams solid, freeze the despair. Space-time bends when the craft takes flight. Roach clips gleam in the UFO light. Show rototherapy sessions in progression light. Subscribe.
That's not bad. I still need to get my camera up higher. My camera up higher, that vertical feed will be a lot better. I have about, well, here's my tape or my ruler. Let's measure it out. I have about 6 inches. Let's say with hardware, I got about 4 inches that I could move my camera up. And 4 inches higher will open up my view down here a lot more. Yeah, that's what I need to do. All right, monkey. Have a good night, buddy.
Laid back, carving, steady hand devotion. Epoxy shines bright, clouded in emotion. Grumpy hands spark art, therapy potion. Anxiety drips, vanishing like ocean foam motion. Aliens in the smoke.
I was making some new songs too earlier. I need to make a bunch. That's the only thing I don't like about that Suno app is use it or lose it with your credits, and they don't roll over. I was using it like crazy because I was bumping out 2 videos a week, you know. So I would do new songs for both videos, and then I dropped down to just 1 video a week, and then I just fell behind altogether because I started doing my lives, and then I've been in a head funk and ain't been doing my, I don't have my blanks and all going like I was. I slowed down on doing my epoxy blanks. So I got to get back in my routine and caught back up on that. But I got new pigment colors for my epoxy, and I got some mold release coming. I did do that too. I got the air hose, the dust separator. I got a pack of pin kits coming, and a can of mold release to make it easier to just get my molds or my blanks out of the molds. Because that's what slowed me down, is I'm getting carpal tunnel real bad in my daggum left wrist. And where's it at? Here we go. I have this little setup here, and I was doing my blanks and that. And so pop the cap off, I'd pour my epoxy in the top right there, let it cure and whatnot. And once it was cured, I'd have a dowel rod that I'd put in there, and I'd have to beat that bad boy with a hammer and bust the blank out of the tube right here, you know. With the proper mold release, it'll come right on out, but I was DIYing and doing it as cheap as I could, and didn't have a good mold release in there, so beating and banging on it so bad, it flared my wrist up real bad, and so it's like now I can't do crap without my wrist hurting. So yeah, that slowed me down. But I gotta get back into it. I ain't got time to slow down. Awesome. I gotta get some more bands and stuff set up. I haven't bought anything for the slingshot stuff yet, except ammo. What I have is what Bazzy sent me, an awesome little starter pack kind of setup. I call it a starter pack deal. He sent that. Green's my color, so this was like freaking perfect. But he sent this little slingshot deal. Is that in camera? Yeah, that's in camera. He sent that right there, and I think it was how many bands was it? 3 altogether? Yeah, it was 3 bands altogether. It came tied up with a band on it, and then two set of backup bands. And I'm cheap, you know, and I'm good with my hands, so you see how that's tore up? I would cut that and redid that on that pouch, because that pouch is still good, so the band will just be a little bit shorter and I'll trim this side up to match. But that's what I've been doing with the bands. I still have to I got one more adjustment in that band. I've already adjusted it once, but I got one more adjustment in that one. And then this one, it started ripping again. But I did the same thing. If you can see the difference, I've already retied them, you know, and reused that elastic, which is a little bit shorter. And then this is the last one. I haven't had to do any adjusting to this one yet. This one's still good to go. I mean, well, I say it's starting to rip right there. And I did do the pouch. I had to change the pouch up, so it's been trimmed once. I can tell from the thread color. Let's see. There's one. This is the one I haven't changed the pouch on yet. That's the original thread. The black thread, that's whenever I started doctoring them up. But yeah. But I've been trying to get my dust collection and all that stuff on par. And cause it's like I've been wanting to get new tools for the shop. I want to get a different sander, a dedicated little electric sander kind of deal. And then we'll see. I need to get a roll of it and I need to get the cutter. I need to get one of those roller cutters. I've tried cutting some. It wasn't regular latex, but it was physical therapy bands. You ever played with those big old rubber bands for physical therapy? I had some of those, and I was gonna try to make bands out of that before Bazzy ever sent me that one slingshot, because I was gonna make them for this, because I made that, but I just never put bands on it. And so I tried cutting some bands out of that physical therapy stuff with just a regular razor blade, and that just wasn't. I was gonna cut myself, and I couldn't cut it straight. It was looking janky. You know, I was like, I can't do that. I got to do something better. And then that's when I saw that they had those little jigs that would hold your latex while you cut it, and then that little like pizza cutter, you know, that round cutting wheel. You know, I want to get one of those. But hey, Rock Solid. But I hadn't, you know, every time I've been getting money out of selling stuff's been breaking. So it's all the money I've been getting, I haven't really been able to play with any of it yet. It's all been having to go back into necessities. Like that first event, I had to replace my phone. My phone was just busted up. I couldn't use the Square app for card reading, and I couldn't unlock my screen without beating and banging on the phone or plugging it in and out of a power source or something, you know, and that wasn't working. So I spent like $40 and got a new phone, and then got the, what did I get? The new phone and the microphone system, you know, so that went into the channel. And then the grand opening, all that money went back into the dust collector. And then the other day, I put that back in the dust collector still. But then I spent a little bit of money on myself for the pin blank kits and the mold release. Yeah, the fabric cutter. Yeah, the pizza. I call it the pizza cutter, but yeah, that round cutter. I know for sure, because yeah, like I said, I tried using a razor blade, and that just wasn't working. It was what with the pull. I guess if you kind of went at it like a sewing machine, kind of up and down little shortcuts, it might work a little better with the razor blade, but it's still going to be nasty edges, and it's just going to rip as soon as you pull it back, you know. So it's like, yeah, that wasn't going to work. But yeah, hopefully after I get the dust collector system going, I don't have no more major expenses to keep. It's like I say, the channel or the shop, it's just I can't do lathe work or power carbon inside without the dust system. So it's like I'm dead in the water regardless, you know. And I use that for the YouTube, you know. And then now, just to make any kind of money, that's my main deal, you know, is the lathe work. So yeah, I gotta get that going. But I want to get the vacuum chamber. That's the next expensive investment that I wanted to make for the channel, because that'll step up my game on making my roach clip blanks, because I'll be able to stabilize my wood and dye my wood. And so it just putting the wood inserts and different types of wood in like exotic wood, blending it with the epoxy. That vacuum chamber is almost a must. The pressure pot is a must to reduce your air bubbles, but once you want to dye your wood, or say like you've got some wood that's got some rot in it a little bit and some soft spots, when you stabilize it, there's this stuff called cactus juice. You put it in your vacuum chamber with your wood, and that vacuum chamber sucks all the air and stuff out of the wood. And then when you release the vacuum on the wood drinks it up like a sponge, and it fills in all those soft spots with that cactus juice. Then you take that and you bake it in the oven, because the cactus juice is like a resin that's just real liquidy like water until it's heat activated, you know. And so when you bake it in the oven, it activates it and it fills in all those bad spots, and then it's safe to turn. You know, you're not going to have no blowouts or exploding pieces on you, you know. And then Yeah, it's hard to explain, but it's something I definitely, that's the next expensive investment. And then after that, the most expensive part of the shop's just gonna be buying the epoxy. You know, but if I keep everything going good on a monthly, I'm hoping it'll balance out. And then heck, I'm hoping with the whole YouTube thing, I get going good enough and get enough exposure, then, you know, hey, maybe I might get a resin sponsor. You know, that would just be too cool. I'll be a used car salesman. You want to send me some epoxy? I'm not gonna lie, that stuff's expensive. I want to use Alumilite, but it's like $100 to buy the small setup of that, the part A and part B, and it's like I think just over a half a gallon total. Is like $108, I think. Right? Pick me. I hear you. Hey, Hubbo, how you doing? But yeah, that's I just use just old generic epoxy off of Amazon at the moment. It does good. I ain't complaining. It does good, but trying to figure out that epoxy, it's a science to mixing your colors. You gotta let it, I mean, so your bottles and stuff will say you got a 40-minute work time, mix it for 5 minutes, and you got 40 minutes to do something with it. No, sir. It all goes by temperature. You might have 40 minutes to work it, but you know, you got to mix it up real good. And then for doing your pen blanks or something like that, if you don't want your colors to bleed together, you got to let the epoxy get real hot, like almost ready to cure before you put your colors together, and then get it in a pressure pot to get your bubbles out of it. But yeah, I get to about 110 with the epoxy I use, and then I pour the colors on top of one another, and then that way they kind of stay floating, they kind of stay separated, and then I'll put a little stick down in there, stir it just a little bit to get my swirls and stuff. Oh yeah, I'll get there. It's frustrating because it feels like I take 1 step forward, 3 steps back. I'm still moving forward slowly, but it's just, I'm getting kicked back more than I am forward at the moment. But I'm getting there. Like I said, the doors have opened up for sure. It's been a heck of a blessing. So I'm not discrediting that, not complaining about it one bit. Ugh, this little drink is nasty. Hey, Billy, good evening. Oh, hey, thank you. That was after watching Knuckles and PK and everybody with their slingshots. That was I wanted to make one. That was I don't remember what design that was, but I got it off the computer. Evo, I think it's an Evo. I could be wrong, but I think that was the name of that pattern. But I just got a picture of it off of Google and then traced it out. And this is just a cedar fence board. And let me see, I got a piece right here, I think. Yeah, here we go. I went to, you go to Lowe's or Home Depot, and I bought a cedar fence board, put that on there, traced it out, cut it with my bandsaw, and then rounded it up with my Dremel, prettied it up and everything. Then I took my Lichtenberg little set that I got, and I Lichtenberg burned it, and then filled it in with that resin. And hold on, y'all like that? Let me close the top of my box. Hey, it's glowing a little bit now. See, that's what I like about this epoxy, or this glow pigment, is it'll glow with ambient light. But yeah, you put a UV light on there, oh goodness, it just glows way better. Way better with a UV light. Yeah, that's what I like right there. I love anything I do with epoxy and stuff and paint. It's normally glow in the dark or UV reactive. Blacklight reactive or glow in the dark. That's my jam. I guess I like catering to the stoners and the trippers and the headers, mushroom heads. I mean mushroom cap. I mean, you know. And that's my Jordy Johnson inspired lighter case with the little wood spirit face in there, and then his eyes, of course, they light up and glow. That's me. I love my stuff to glow, yo. Hey, Delaney, how you doing? Well, see, I slowed down. When you say consistency is the key, it is. I slowed down a lot, though. It got hot, you know, and now it's cooling off. I can get back into turning more, but I'm not prepared with my blanks. That's where I've gotten. I got lazy on my blanks, and then like I told you, I aggravated my wrist and got lazy on it, you know, and it's like I got, because I have to pour my epoxy in those molds, and then I need to let it sit for a good week before I even attempt to put it on the lathe. That way it's cured 100%, you know, and it's not going to be that flexible, because that's the thing. I use the live and dead center on my lathe instead of a jaw chuck, so I had to put a lot of pressure on my piece to keep it grabbing good with the lathe. And then with the epoxy, if it's not cured enough, too much pressure and it'll start to bow, and then you ain't never gonna get it true round with it bowing like a banana while you're trying to turn it, you know. So then I have to fight with it. And then with it getting cold, it just makes the epoxy. I got it inside to stay room temperature now, but it just makes it difficult mixing it out here. I got to do those in the kitchen now while it's cold. But I can do about 3 at a time, because I said I'll have to mix them, and then I let them sit in my pressure pot for about a day and a half, 2 days before I take it out. I let it cure completely under pressure.
Pour the truth in molds, let the resin reveal. Heart deep as the void, carving wounds that heal. Fingerprints and wood grain, grumpy's real deal. Aliens just nodded, man,
But that's cool though. I'm ecstatic that I got the quality back in the video. It's not 1080, but I'll try to adjust it to that tomorrow. I want to let it run. I was just happy to get it back to this, because it was, like I said, my last live, it was broadcasting in like 240. The picture looked almost blurry. And I'm like, wait a minute, it's focused, because I looked at it on the OBS software and it was crystal clear, crisp, you know, and then I looked at it on YouTube and it was just straight nasty. You know, that's like on OBS, it's putting out in high definition 1080, but I still got it coming through YouTube. I can tell there's a little bit quality difference still, but I'm happy for now. All right, Rock Solid, you have a good night. Oh, heck yeah, I'll have to go check out your premiere. I'm about to shut down out here anyway. Like I said, this was just a test. I was trying to see if my quality was going to come back up, and then if I was going to be able to do the dual streaming. I don't know if any of y'all caught it on the vertical, but I'm supposed to be pushing out to the short feed vertical and the horizontal right now. You know, that's how I started my stream. I did it that new dual broadcast setting.
Is feeling so grand out here. With every spin the world feels clear. The smell of cedar fills the air. Grumpy's kingdom beyond compare. Wood chips fall like a gentle rain, each piece secure for the ache and strain. Fingers trace the grain so fine, in every groove a story divine.
I might even go back and change the 1080, try to change it to 1080 tonight, and then do another short test. But it'll just be quick and short if I do. I don't know if I'll do it tonight or not. But yeah. Gotta get this stuff figured out. Getting there though, getting there. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to do my early bird live in the morning. Like I said, if it don't freeze me out of here, if it's too cold and I can't keep the chill shook off of me, I'm not gonna be able to sit out here. I get to shivering so bad it gets almost violent. It feels like my body's trying to go into shock. I don't understand it, but like I said, I never did it until I had my neck fusion. So I don't get it, but yeah, for sure. I'll have my heater on right at my feet, so hopefully we'll stay warm. But thank you everybody that showed up. Like I said, this was just a test run to see if I had my video up better. But that is the piece that I'll be working on in the morning. I'll finish doing some burn on the mushroom cap, and then we'll go to painting it. We'll do some type of psychedelic paint. I got my black light neon colors back there. I got green, red, pink, blue, purple, yellow, orange, and a neutral glow. But we'll be able to make it shine, that's for sure. I come out here with sweatpants. I have sweatpants on, blue jeans on. I have my regular socks on, and I got these big old thick wool socks that I'll put on over top of that. And then I got my little insulated slippers. I bundle up. I'll have my sweatshirt on, t-shirt, a hoodie. Then I got a little insulated jacket I used to wear when I did the outside construction and all. But I'll bundle up. Cause like I said, it's easier for me to, once I get that bone chilling cold, it's rough. But that's one thing now. I used to have my monkey suit that I called it, but I kind of outgrew it and I give it to my son-in-law. He's about my height, but he don't have near the muscle tone that I got. Yeah, he's a thin, lanky build, and I was just a thick build kind of guy. And but I had one of those blizzard. I call it my monkey suit because it was a full piece suit. You had to unzip it, crawl into it, zip it up, zip the legs down, and then zip the chest up. It was awesome for outside when it was cold. Cause that's what I did before I was disabled. I did construction outside, so when it was mornings like what it's gonna be tomorrow, I was out there in it. So, but like I said, I can't take it no more. But all right, y'all have an awesome night. Everybody stay safe and stay laid back, stay awesome, all that good stuff. And God bless everybody. I'll see y'all in the morning.